Hello. Hello, everyone. How are you doing on this fine Monday? It is late. It's a lot later than what I normally stream. Let's have the game music in the background. It's fine. To give context to that, I stopped paying for Spotify because I pay for Spotify and Apple Music. So I'm gonna limit it to one. So now I gotta figure out like what kind of playlists I want to play on stream. And obviously if I get the free Spotify, there is going to be commercials. So, you know, I gotta limit my time there. But hello, Beth. Thank you for redeeming first. Welcome in and your daily star candy. Buggy, Erica, Miggy, thank you for redeeming your daily star candies. I appreciate it so much. How are you guys? How was your weekend? Do anything fun? Yeah. I literally haven't streamed in a week because last week was crazy. With, as some of you know, if you were here last Monday, was it Monday? I don't even know what day it was. Hold on. Tuesday? Maybe I was streaming Tuesday because it was like a work from home day. I don't even remember. The water was out here until literally Saturday is when everything was lifted and everyone had water back. So it was a good 5 days. Five days? Yeah. So that's what's crazy, and dealing with that was insane. I know, isn't my hair super long now? It's kind of crazy. Like this time last year, my hair was here. It was so short, but I want to continue to grow it out, I think. I'm waiting till it grows another inch or so, and then I'm thinking about doing something maybe like a wolf cut. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. And I'm late today because, guys, hold on. I literally today, I, worked my regular job, came home, went to the gym for at least 45 minutes to an hour, started my towels, like washing clothes, showered, meal prepped, ate dinner. Yeah. Yeah. So I've been nonstop going, but here I am. So, but I am excited to get more into, I keep wanting to say Stormblood, but I know it's Shadowbringers. It's because we just got out of Stormblood, so it's gonna take me a hot minute to be like, oh, Shadowbringers for sure. Long hair era, yeah. I'm excited for the long hair era. I keep looking at pictures of like when my hair was long and it's like, oh, I miss that. So we'll grow it out for now until I decide to chop it all off, and then we'll go in circles. So Beth! Look at your outfit, it's so cute. I want an outfit like that. I only have like one normal person fit. And how do I play this game again? Let me see. It's this one. This is my normal person fit. I like it though, it's cute. But yours is like something I would wear in real life. I would honestly wear both of our outfits in real life, but yours is like 100% I would wear that in real life. It is very, very cute. I love it. Let's see. Oh, I really don't have to. Oh, no. I really don't have to go far for this next one. You paid real life money for it? Why can't I wear it in real life? Truly. I feel like with the amount of time you spent on this game, you spent nothing on it, you know? It's truly like maybe you spent a cent on it. And I'm not, that's not like a jab. That's not that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't even want to talk about money spent in games because you probably spent way less than I have ever. Just saying I've gotten my money's worth. Yeah. You definitely have. Hey, when you love a game, you love a game. It is what it is. Oh my. Hello? I don't want... No. This one. I did not move out of that. I don't like being stuck in between these two buildings. It's like making the view weird. Manic Madam. Me. Oh my god, I made a joke at work today, guys. It was like half joke, but like not. We were talking about like organizing and cleaning and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, you'll get it done eventually. I just normally go into like an episode, a manic episode, and like clean everything for like 2 hours and then I'm fine. And they just kind of looked at me and I was like, I apologize. Like, I didn't mean it. I was like, please. I truly wonder, when someone from the Final Fantasy 14, they just didn't get it exactly. ADHD. Oh my god, I can't stay on one topic. I wonder when someone from the Final Fantasy 14 community is gonna like be like, oh, look at this girl who's playing a playthrough on like YouTube and like look at my videos and just make a comment about how I skip every cutscene and just be irrationally mad when they just know nothing of me but my YouTube video that they come across. And I kind of feel bad, but it is what it is. This is how I play. This is how I play. The Whales Breach? What a weird name. Excuse me. No such thing as one topic, truly. Guys, also, I did get my nails redone like this past Friday and they're just black. But this nail before was like cracking and it has already cracked and my whole nail is about to like give away.
Open arms, and Umor itself lies beyond. This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
Chosen? That's so sad.
Ah, I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh? I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
She's not here to compete. Leave her be.
What? I was only making conversation.
There's some beef there.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please!
Oh. Oh. How cute.
Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all. Yulmore extends its warmest regards. Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine. We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy, even on days when fish is not on the menu!
They're really
Who
cute.
among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We may not at all.
Fish, is it?
Was there anyone?
What about that
It's
girl?
me.
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame. It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon. A poor man
Alan,
could sooner
welcome
pass
in.
through the
It's nice to
iron
see
needle
you.
than Yulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
Ugh. Think you're redeeming your Daily Star candy? Literally, my brain wifey was like, Phoenix wifey! Like, it wouldn't let me say one. Welcome in. We are bringing up the shadows. Like, you were redeeming your Daily Star candy. Phoenix wifey, yeah. I, like, glitched.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in the city of splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor.
Okay. Also, it does not
Oh,
need
just
to
look
be
at those
tonight.
expectant
Yes, I did
faces.
think about
What
that.
could you possibly be waiting for?
It is, I have acknowledged, and it will not be tonight, but I do know you did it. I have not forgotten. It is on my mind. Please, give me a little time to get used to my schedule. It is extra tired
Well,
today.
well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident.
Because I went to the gym, and then also it is my time of the month, so apparently it is. So extra tired, extra body hurting. It's just not it tonight. But I promise I have not forgotten. I pinky promise. You're at the end? Alan, let's go. Def doesn't have to be tonight, especially if we can get on a night where there are people present. Yes, I would enjoy people who don't know what Super Tuna is to experience their first Super Tuna in person. For 4 to 5 days now. Oh no, I'm so sorry, wifey.
you. Enjoy.
Half the fun of Super Tuna is, yeah, truly. Truly, I
Meal
do
is
like
a
it.
foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well.
Meal.
Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity. Yet the whole arrangement just seems,
Fishy.
well, let us just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
That's suspicious. That's weird. Okay, but cosplaying them would be so fun. Their little outfits are so cute. I clicked F like I'm playing Infinity Nikki. Crazy. Who would have thunk? All right, one down, two more to go. Aspiring songstress. What are you doing, Beth? That's so cute. Look at you. Wait, you have a... I was gonna say penguin! Maybe I just need to not tonight. You have a little peacock. It's so cute. Whoa. That's so cool. Look at your penguin. Please. Yes, yes. Get in game. Get in here, Ivy. It's giving Kylie Jenner calling the dogs. Look at those chickens. That's so cool. I love that. I love your peacock. It's so nice. Oh me, oh my. Selkie? What's a selkie? Selkie farming. I'm on my way. Wow! Oh, I almost jumped over the whole thing. Oh, it's a mount? I have to look it up. I really need to grind the other mounts in this game. Like, I only have the horses. Oh, a very cute, very pain in the booty. Gotcha. Of course he disapproves. I should also run Frontline for the super fast BLM expansion, but I do not want to. Then don't do it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I gotta go all the way over that. Alright, horse, here we go. I want my Amaro, but I don't want to do the... Yeah, that's me. It's the grinding for me. Ooh, excuse me. I forgot what a pain power leveling is. Oh my god, look at your... Whoa. Whoa. Uh-oh. No, thank you. You kill it like in 2 hits. Especially levels 1 to 30, which like is very fast relatively speaking, but also there's barely... Yeah. I do remember having trouble with that when I was trying to level my archer. I was like, oh, this is gonna go fast, and then like I just kept getting stuck because there was nothing to do, and I was like, oh, I literally just have to wait. Yeah, the Phoenix mount is becoming the Phoenix. It's really cute. I like it a lot. Where do you get the Phoenix mount? Is that like way down the line? Mosha Moa. Oh, it was an event? Oh no. So it's not gonna come back around unless I pay for it? Do I gotta pay real money? Oh, I might have it on my original character. I didn't get that far though, so I feel like I don't. Like, I think maybe I hit level 30. Maybe. Bum bum bum. Yeah. I don't remember either. It's probably not something that will be an event in game again because it was, oh, for an anniversary. That makes sense. Find the Mistel. A Mistel? Is that how you say it? Mistel? Youth with short blue hair has made off with Alfie's produce. Track him down. Oh. That's a him. It was one of those available at level... Oh, I don't remember if I did it or not. Maybe I did? I don't know. I'll have to log back into my first character at one point. Just to show everyone. I would never get over a catboy posture. They look so uncomfortable. They truly do. His little tattoos on his or makeup on his face didn't really help either. It just made him look sad and uncomfortable. Yeah, it's the shoulders. Oh. It's the combination.
The thief who claims the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Well,
Oh,
I have to get into the city. I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen.
Boo-hoo.
No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry.
Okay, I take back
Thought
my
maybe I
boohoo.
could steal your idea. Get in that way.
What is your name?
Kai Shear.
Tell me then, Kai Shear, must it be Yulmore or nothing? What of the Crystarium? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
No, it has to be Yulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
I can't. And there it's truly. I have no idea why, but they.
It was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Yulmoran's interest.
You'll give me your place? Just like that?
I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
Okay, I understand that his ears are up here, but I'm still kind of off-put that there's no ears.
I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
Oh, do you know what I did not
This was but one part.
post
There will
going
be
live.
others. But for
It's
young
okay.
Kai Shear, it was the difference between life and death. I do not regret my decision, yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best.
Let me tweet my going live right now.
We strive to bring swift salvation to this world, that countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
That is better. We hurry up and think of a new plan.
I suppose not. Were Estinian here, he would most likely scoff at my soft-heartedness.
Same
Yeah.
old Alfino, ever the slave to sentiment.
I feel like we
But I
haven't
thank you for your kind
seen
words nonetheless. Let us see to
Estinian
it that both these
in
stories have a
forever.
happy ending.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Shall we return to Wright then?
Yeah.
Is that?
Is that who? Who? Oh, he's off. Who do you see? Can you zoom in? How do you see?
I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble.
Oh, okay. I thought he meant he saw like a specific person, and I was like, how is that possible?
Come on, they may need our help.
I was like, your eyes are so good. Oh my golly. Okay. Has specialized sees. What is that? It's like, oh god, there's like a saying. It's like specialize, realize, 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 you know? I can't. Ay. Sure. I promise. I cannot believe discovering a new location leveled me up to 75. Alright. Hello? Hello? Me good people. This is not where I need to go. Just walking around, it's like, hey, level up. Okay. Okay, thanks. I appreciate it. Is it like down here? Oh. Hello? Oh god. I almost ran off. My only musical complaint with Shadowbringers is battle music. Oh, you don't like the battle music? And it's only because it disrupts some of the best overworld music in the game. Oh. Oh. Oh, he's gonna be like a noble. And that's how we're gonna get into the city. I like it in theory, but I just like the overworld CS so much. Like, stop interrupting. You're like, I'm just vibing, and then it's like battle music, dun dun dun. And wifey's like, no, my Shayla. Truly, guys, I'm just yapping tonight. My brain is so tired. I don't think I have much of a filter. I think it's just going tonight. No one better interrupt my Lahi. 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 I have no idea what that means. But okay. You will. Okay. I will trust thee. I could have jumped over that. Like, that's... Excuse me? We'll tell you when you're older. Okay. That's an ugly guy, ain't it? Gotta go around this way. Oh. Ugly little fella, I'm not trying to fight. Okay, okay. I still don't understand why it's called the Whale's Breach. Oh my god, that's so cute. You guys can't see it because my camera's in the way. Look at him. He's so cute. What the heck? Little froggy robot guy? Iron Frog! Okay, okay. That's what they're called. He's so cute. Is he a minion? Does Iron Frog come in a minion or a mount? Because imagine riding on the back of that and he's just like wheeling around. Oh, there's both. Let's go. Your attention once more. The day has been For the folks. What? Let me in. Let me in. I'm let in.
Redemption is beyond us.
Wow.
The lament of all but saints and fools, and the comfort of the lords and ladies of this accursed place. Once they held fast against the madness, only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight in the end of days.
Okay.
Perhaps in rapture they seek to lose themselves and the misery they share. Or perhaps for them alone, the promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
Some people just want to party for the rest of their lives, and honestly, I don't blame them. Not my vibe, but you know what? Whatever. There's an overworld boss battle fate that you need to do. Oh, to get it. But you have to do it multiple times. It's one of those fights that really pops you. You really, oh. Can you, like, do it unsynced? No. Dang. It's a fate, so you need to sync. Gotcha. Thank you for the lurk. Welcome in, Bruce. Love you so much. Hope you've been well. Hope games have been going well all day. When I mean overworld boss battle, I mean, oh, the 25 to 50. Oh, no. You can't. So it's not like our normal gang. It's like, oh my god. It's a whole thing, I'm sure. It sounds like a whole thing. Wait, what do you mean alerts? Does it only give you like a certain amount? I normally go healer for those and spend the whole time resing. Oh my god, yep. Yep, that would be me. I would be res the whole time. What? Oh, delouser. So a shower. They said you have to shower if you come in here. That's so valid of them, though. There are Discord servers that ping for different fates. Oh, that's really nice, actually, because that's a lot of people, and just sitting and waiting for it is a lot. Oh. Okay. Hello? Do I have to go over here? What is up? No. Not over here yet. Still in the bathroom. What do I do? Oh, I have to apply. Yeah. Some of them only pop like every 2 to 3 real world days. Oh, so it's not something you can just like queue in for, really. Like you can, but it's not like the same as like our regular queue-ins. I wish this would like... Oh my god, I was able to tighten it some. Oh, it's not a queue. Oh. It's a sign up. Got it, got it, got it. I follow. It's in the world. Those purple icons on the map that slap a giant fate joined message on your screen. Oh. It's not a queue. It's like the fates. Okay, 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 okay. I follow now. That makes sense. And you have to do that in 25 to 50 people? Ooh. That is interesting. Lots of those big world bosses require chains of fates to trigger too. I feel like that's insane almost. Like crazy. Because you'd have to wait forever if we didn't have these pings. Frog, hello, welcome in. It's nice to see you again. How are you? What is this? Okay. I go up, maybe? So, like, someone will need to farm Tinner or something. Yep. Muffin God. They rely on people making calls and shout chat stuff. Gee whiz. What, did I just run past? No, I didn't. Dear Lord, this place is a maze. I've been wondering if my Lalafell felt offended the first time someone called them a dwarf. This world. I would be. It's like, what do you mean? I'm a Lalafell. What do you mean? I keep dying in this dungeon because I'm talking in chat. Stop paying attention. I mean, I won't complain to you chatting with me, but I understand if you need to not chat for a minute. All right. Oh, it's a solo dungeon. I'm the only one suffering. Ah, I'm the problem. Yes, yes. Special permission, my butt. I'm already in here, aren't I? That's special permission enough.
Oh, who's this then?
Oh, cute. Her voice is really cute.
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to understand you were in search of an artist.
Ah, you must be the new,
Oh, goodness me. What an adorable boy. That silken hair, those pearly cheeks. Oh, and you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers.
Mm-hmm.
I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he'll paint us the most delightful pictures.
yes. Well, as long as he paints better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to Yulmore.
Alphino, if it please you, my lady. And this is my assistant.
Your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protege?
We are family in all but name, my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood by each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all. Of all people, 'tis she who best understands my work. With her unique insight guiding my hand, the art I create is sure to satisfy your expectations.
Why are you talking like that?
Once the picture has begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than her being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city she has so longed to see? Out of gratitude for her priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on her behalf.
Oh, did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have her wish. She shall be free to roam to her heart's content. Isn't that right, darling?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course, dearest. Quite right.
He should listen, as he should. Gee whiz. Ah. All right. Now I have special permission. Yes? No. I don't. Special permission? Special permission. Gather information. Do I have to go like downstairs? Aha. Oh. That's interesting. My guy, what were you doing? Wicked White, that was too close. Yeah, what were you doing, my guy? Thank you, friend. I don't know what I've done if you hadn't come along. I was trying to rescue my lady's handkerchief, you see. The wind must have blown it over the edge, but luckily it caught on something. I thought if I could just stretch out far enough. It's not just a scrap of cloth, not if it belongs to her. I would risk my life and more to spare my mistress, but a single moment of sadness. Okay. Okay. That's not, that's fine. Okay. So it seems like the trend is, you know, they get people in here that are desperate. They're like, here's this one great thing, and then they're gonna worship them for the rest of their lives. And do whatever they want. So then the rich live more comfortably. You know? That seems like a trend to me. The beehive. Oh, yeah. Oh my god, she's so cute. Let's play. I don't know what this is, but we're gonna do it. The beehive, I know. I was like, Beth! 3 cards for you, 3 cards for me. You flip one of yours, I flip two of mine. Oh? Now what's your call? Will your total be higher or lower than mine? Low. You're going with low then? Yeah. I see, I see. Instead I was looking with some pals you can't see. Wait, why can't I see them? Are they invisible? One more win and we'll talk about that favor. Okay, one more. Her hair is so cute. I can't. For you, yeah. It. Okay. High or low? I'm gonna guess low. Oh. Would just look like I'm sitting at an empty table. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna play again. That was bad luck. Yes, thank you. These cards are really cool. I kind of want a card deck with it. I got lucky with my pulls, truly. Like, how was I... That was just luck. It's a 50-50 shot every time, honestly. I don't like this. I don't know. Oh, they got masks on. What is he doing? Why was he snapping his fingers? Like, what is that, sir? There is jazz music going on. Was it my turn? Hold on. I feel like... Hold on. I need to change. Oh. There we go. Alright, we're ready. Hello? Oh. This is not where I need to be. I just wanted to be up here, apparently. Oh, I need to dance. Hold on. This is where I need to be. You're welcome. She's a star. I had a 3 and she had a 2. Highest cards. Oh my god. And you're like, okay. Okay. Yeah. This way. Are we back to talking to them? Sorry. I'll answer that later. Okay, 8 runs of the solo dungeon complete. 4 more to go. 4? Is it like a specific amount and then you get everything you need? Oh, I thought that was Alfie. Is it Alfie? It is Alfie. Oh my god. I put together an ensemble out of the garments you chose. Is this satisfactory? Oh goodness gracious me. The last outfit was precious, but this makes you look positively dashing. You truly are a handsome boy. However, am I to decide? I don't remember. He's her doll now. She's like, he has to look nice to give us a nice painting, dear. Come on. I think I like this fit on Alfie. This might be my favorite so far. Oh no. Can I please? It's gonna say no again. I just know it. Yeah. So I think the down, yep. Down is here. Is it down here? Oh! I just, yeah. Hello? This is where I need to be. What? Not in there. No. Nothing over there. Something here. Something here. Weeping Warbler? The bonded. I can't sing anymore. I've been making excuses, but it's not getting any better. If my patron thinks I'm of no use to him, then I need to just sneak out of the... Oh no. That's so sad. They literally just throw them away. Oh. The buttress. How do I get there? Is the question. Oh, this is just a room. I am confusion. The Glory Gate. Interesting. Interesting name, if I say so myself. What's in here? Okay. Alright. Now run down more. I feel like down is where we need to go. It is. And then that panda's so cute. Oh, is it like right outside here? Wait. No, I need to go down. The buttress. I need to figure out how to get on the exterior, which is... Oh, do I have to go around? That is a pain in my behind. Let me just go ahead and oh wow. Wait, is this the other side? Why is there more encampments here? I'm kind of confused. Skywatcher? This is so sad. What is that? Yes. Give me everything. I can teleport there. Yes, I can. Okay. Oh, is it? I think she's down here. We shall help her. Oh no. My sweet canary, have you been crying again? Don't tell me your voice is still not on the mend. Generous sir, have mercy. I've done all I can, but even the apothecary said... Is she gonna be kicked out? So you've been suffering all this time. I am sorry, my pet. I hadn't realized your affliction was this grave, but you need fret. I'll not reward your hours of thrilling by casting you into the street. Well, that's good at least. But what am I of use if I cannot see? I fear the day I become more burden to you than a treasure. Then I shall have a word with Lord Volturi and arrange for your ascension. In that paradise where resides neither pain nor illness, will your song ring out clearly once again, or mayhap you think it is a step too far. You would do that for me? Of course. I would almost wish to hasten my own ascension, knowing your blessed instrument was waiting there to greet me. What does this ascension mean? Yeah. You must be a new arrival. Allow me to explain. As all I know, the sin eaters exist to devour the sinful, but also do they serve to gather the souls of the innocent and shepherd them unto celestial paradise? It is through Lord Lord V, that we learn this truth. It is through Lord V's grace that the free people of Umor are designed to embrace salvation. Vothri. Vothri. Sounds like Vow 3 when I heard it. Vothri. Vow 3. Vothri. Okay. Lord Vothri truly is a great man, isn't he? I said it. Of course I did. Of course I said it perfectly the first time. That's actually insane. He's literally like, yeah, there's salvation, like, of course. And he's like literally leading these people through their deaths. I can't. That's bonkers. Who put him in charge? Let me at him. I'm the warrior of light. Let me at him. And he's gonna defend it like, oh, there's only but so many resources, blah, 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 blah. Oops. Sorry, wifey. Sorry for the ads. Jump scare. Oh. My guy is actually a really skilled artist. What the heck? What? I just gotten this far in stream without it happening, so I was confused. I know, I gotta look at my ads again. I want to do it when people like first come in. I feel like it's better. And then, I don't know. You're chattering away with that assistant of yours. Am I to assume the outline is done then? Yeah, show it to him. What in the blazes? It's so unflattering. Explain yourself, Alfie. Where's this artistic... You evoke the image of... Oh, God. You stated that this portrait was to commemorate your anniversary. Yours being a joyous union. It seems to me that a realistic portrayal... I don't want realism. I want perfection. A spectacle. Oh, gosh. Oh? Did that come from above? Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. A tale to make you quiver, and your noble blood freeze. There was a villain on the loose, set to ruin our fair city. But our lord has gotten him now, and his fate will not be pretty. Oh no. Yes, the hammer of justice is poised to come crashing down, and one and all watch it fall, and to invite to join his lordship. How dreadful. Yeah, it's education. Truly, Alfie's education at work. Yeah, no, that makes sense. He is a very smart guy. I would also choose a job that, you know, I just, you know, thought we were fibbing it for a bit, but that is a lot smarter than I would have done right off the bat. Oh, God. Oh! Is that the Lord?
That's him. That's Vorthri.
Vorthri. That's crazy. Who put him in charge? He got no hair. He only got one little hair. Who put him in charge? They're beautiful. They're beautiful.
He's attended by sin eaters. But how does he keep them from attacking?
They're sin eaters. They're so pretty.
Mercy! Mercy!
It's because he
5 to
feeds
12.
them people. Oh no.
Kaishia, what happened to you?
Yeah, what happened?
Who are these impudent louts?
I do not recall requesting their presence.
I don't recall requesting your presence or being in this world, you butt.
Lord Vorthree, what is the meaning of this? Why is this poor man bleeding to death on your floor?
Why? You ask me why? Because criminals must be punished. And he came
Oh,
to
I
us,
clicked too quick.
claiming to be a man of business. Yet his subsequent conduct has shown him to be anything but. Europe is a city built on love for one's
Sorry, he's got
fellow
2
man.
hairs.
Those who have naught to give and live only to take are a blight upon our society.
I have words. I have words.
To atone for this crime, I ordered that he fling himself from the balcony. And he had the temerity to weep. Please, my lord, anything but that. What then
I don't
is
like
a
this
man
man.
of mercy to do? But offer the sinner another way to show his contrition.
Another way? Meaning what exactly?
Sin eaters are part of Yulmore's society, but they must be fed with ether. Living ether. So, I demanded an offering of flesh, carved by his own hand, from his own hide. And still, he could not do as I asked. A wholly unsatisfactory performance.
Yeah. That's how I feel
It is
too.
true that Kaishir won his place here by fraud, but his actions were driven only by a desire to share in your paradise.
He
That
said,
you
yeah, I
would cast
coached
him out, I
him.
could almost accept, but to humiliate him thus, to demand his very life? Is this truly the way of Yulmore?
Am I about to fight?
Oh, you dim, deluded child. Have you ever paused to consider what it takes to maintain such a paradise?
Yeah.
In this barren, broken world of ours?
Yeah. I did.
The guarantee of safety and stability. The knowledge that if one only abides
What the
by the
frugal
rules,
nuts
one
is that?
has naught to fear. I alone can offer these things, for I alone can command the Sin Eaters.
The
And
Sin
thus am
Eaters.
I alone the voice of justice, and any who oppose me, villains to be punished.
99? Frog. 99% butt nut today.
I'll call this paradise.
71? Oh my gosh. I didn't look too closely at him. That's so valid, Alan. Oh, my Andy's showing.
You were granted a place in my city for a particular skill. What was it?
Paint.
Painting.
Oh, an artiste! Then you shall paint a picture for me of Yulmore. If I find your art pleasing, then I may excuse this display of insolence.
Yeah, heal
Who
him.
gave you permission to tend to that criminal's wounds? I told you to paint me a picture!
Alfie's like, I ain't scared of you. I got the warrior light right next to me.
What you need is a mirror, not a painting. It will capture the horror I see before me far better than I ever could.
Let's go! Dish it to him!
Can you walk? I think so.
Tell him. Tell him.
Did that little worm just insult me?
He did, yeah. You little butt nut.
I'll kill them! I'll kill them all! I'll enslave their minds! I'll torment them! Torture them! Then tear out their hearts!
Do you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of the baby from Spirited Away. Before the baby actually became, like, good. You know? Before the baby went on a journey and actually improved. I don't think this man's gonna improve. My guy, go to the Crystallium. Is that how you say it? My guy needs to go to the Crystallium. Oh, is that where we're going? Oh god, okay. I am. I take a self-help course, friend. Truly. Learn how to run. Oh, I can actually teleport here. Fudge. I just wasted 100 gil. It's okay. Pocket change. I'm the warrior of light. It doesn't matter. Nothing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Are we introducing the guy? Oh. Oh. I'm totally doing a different quest right now. Oh. I guess I'm gonna see Alice in the middle of figuring out what's going on with Alfie.
Arang. From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath, Arang once rose.
Nabath. I like that name.
When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Armarang meant majestic land in the language of his people.
Armarang.
And so it might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
Ali, Ali, Ali. We'll go back to Alfie in a minute. I gotta take a break of... you know, myself, I knew I just needed to take a break of that stinky man. Because, like, what am I gonna do? What is he gonna do? What's he gonna do to me? Nothing. I'm the warrior of light. I'm gonna defeat him. Watching Farrah play this was great. I have such a bigger appreciation of this era now. Oh, really? That's so fun. I feel like watching people play and like playing it yourself, you can get like different appreciations for different certain things, you know? Those guys are so cute. What the heck? Can he not stand straight because his hat is too heavy? Stop. Stop. That's amazing. Yeah, apparently the Soul Zone is based on the Middle East and uses lots of language from there. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that's so cute. That's so awesome. Please leave me alone, mister. God, he's huge. Look at him. That's a big boy. Oh my god. Yeah, Farah was so emotional in this region. It was very sweet to watch. Ugh, I wish I saw. I'll have to go back and see if I can find the VOD, because I definitely I want to go. I want to watch, but after I finish more of the story. See, that's why, like, when creators talk about like inclusion and representation, it's so important, because like not everyone gets representation all the time, and it's very sweet to see when cultures and people just in general get representation and they can actually identify and do all that. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents. Oh, okay. Let me... Yeah, I'll definitely just at least attune to this area. And then I'll probably go back to Alfie, honestly. All the party except the 2 healers were new in the final fight. Oh no. At least, like, you don't want your healers to be new. It would be ideal if, like, maybe 1 tank wasn't new, but, like, 1 tank and your healers. Like, that's what you really don't want to be new. The other ones I feel like you can scrape along with, but for sure. The healers were like, alright, time to put in the work. They said, let's roll up our sleeves. It's time to get to work. That guy is flapping. We pause in the middle for instructions. Okay, there we go. That's nice. The little sesh where you're like, wait a minute, everyone. Let me tell you what you need to do. Oh, this is the same as, like, the little guys in our world. Oh my god. I love him. He looks like a little scarecrow.
Master Gengen, this is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
Very good, very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Mord's.
I forgot they could talk because our friend doesn't talk.
Souk boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Armorang. You'll find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too. Many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Armorang by choice, but Mord Souk's a different story. Merchants come from miles around to purchase the relics the Mord dig up.
Oh, okay.
Aye, that they do. For Mord do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value.
Okay.
That is why they come here, come from far away, come with much money. And so our souk is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say
Valid.
that every time, Master Gengen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it? Or perhaps a Maud philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed. Now then, if you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to... And there's a little...
The cracking of the coin purse.
Okay.
As the good Maud says. In fact, the a Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
Okay. Oh!
Verbert gold? Real Verbert gold?
Everyone turned.
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me.
Oh no, you want my goods, newcomer? I have jars and pots all smooth and shiny.
All smooth and shiny.
Over here!
Come and look.
You buy?
Oh my gosh.
Enough of that! Calm, I say! This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots.
No pots.
Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
So nice. So nice of him. Alright. Let's go back here. Let's go back to the other story we were doing. How do I... Wait, I'm confused. Wow. Okay, here it is. Oh, so we were going back here. I just got ahead of myself. Oh, gee whiz. And we're going back to like report back to be like, hey, we might have basically collapsed one of your societies, pretty much. Like it's on the outs. Sorry about that. Is that it? Oh. Okay. You know how you told us to get the lay of the land? Yeah, the land is terrible. Truly. The land is terrible. One of your cities that's flourishing, kind of, not really, is gonna be collapsing soon. Hello, welcome in, Lyrical. Let me know if you want me to call you anything else. Okay, okay. This way. Run, run. Oh. Eatery has a variety of goods available for purchase. Inspect each exotic dish. Oh. The meats. Gosh, now I want Indian food. That looks like naan. I've been craving Indian food so much lately, guys. I don't know what's up with me. Oh. Oh. We'll do the ever-burning bounty. I have gold, yes. Amazing. Lizard meat. Oh gosh. I didn't like that sound. A visitor invites us to feast. Let us thank her generosity and small appetite. I said, oh my god. Keep the merchandise down, no returns. He said, do not. Do not. That's so funny. Ooh, I feel like I'm sneeze. Oh, okay. It's gone because I acknowledged it. Let me answer this real quick. I'm so sorry. Okay. Rin, my love, how are you? It's so nice to see you. Thank you for redeeming your daily star candy. I almost said daily boba tea. Thank you for the shout out for Rin. If you guys aren't following Rin, please go do so. They are quite amazing. And they are playing, gosh. What are you playing right now, Rin? It's like, oh my god, it's something Detroit, isn't it? Is that right? I cannot remember the name. Detroit became human. Let's go. Become human. Tomorrow you start Cyberpunk? Oh my god, that's so exciting. That's so exciting. Oh, you got wifey's attention. I need to check out when I was able to like lurk in there a little bit, Rin. It looked really cool. As in the LARP I just finished creating and running. Oh. Activated. I have 100% achievements in it. No big deal. No big deal. No big deal. That's really great. Oh, it's based on that game? Wait, that's so fun. Wait, that's so fun. Not these guys. I'm excited for you to start Cyberpunk. You've seen the show, right? Is that why you want to play it? Or... I will talk about Become Human forever. I'm gonna have to check it out, like, really. That's why I had bought it. Okay, that's like, I heard a lot of people did that after watching the show, and I've been tempted. I've been tempted to look into it and buy it. It's just, what game will I give up? What game am I gonna give up? Oh, it shares some themes with Nier. I'm definitely gonna have to check that one out then. I'm gonna put that on my wish list. I could skip this. I don't have to click through it. I would love to watch you play it. Is it like... Is it Nier-esque, or is it more like... It kind of reminded me of a horror game every time I went over there. Over there. In your stream. Oh my god. But wifey wouldn't play a horror game because they don't like horror. Very relatable. Similar themes and concepts a lot, but the gameplay is entirely different. I was about to say, is it like Life is Strange? I have not, but is it like a similar gameplay to that? Okay, much closer to that. Okay, okay. A mix between Life is Strange and Nier. What a combination. No battle. Okay. So I'm imagining, honestly, it's a lot like that horror game I did play, but it's not horror. Like decision-based. I forgot what it's called. Literally played Until Dawn. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I kind of vibes I got as well. Okay, cool. Someone's got to remind me to add that to my list later, because I will definitely do that. Because that will be a nice, because you said it was only 12 hours. That will be a nice, like, little break if I want to break from any of my longer games like this. Very much a game for people who like stories and strong narratives. Yeah, I do like them. Philosophical type. I do. I loved Until Dawn, and it was so fun to play Detroit. Okay, cool. I want to play the other game that's like Until Dawn, but I can't remember that one. And I think that one just came to PC. I'm not sure. You will want to play it more than once. Okay. But still, if I like play it like my first playthrough, and then I could come back and play it. You don't have to, like, but like with Nier, yeah, I will want to. I'm gonna want to know all the endings. I know I will. I lost track of how many times I've played or watched it being played. It's been a different story every single time. That's so fun. That is insanely fun. That's why I made such a great LARP. Yeah. The graphics are gorgeous. Okay. I'm already sold. I'm sold. I'm sold. You don't think you know all the endings? Okay, okay. Can someone send me the title just so I don't forget later? Because you guys know me. Thank you, Ren. I appreciate it. And once I play through it, are you posting your playthrough anywhere, Ren? I would love to go back and watch your playthrough. Like, fully. Okay, cool. Amazing. Show stopping. I love games like that. I don't know. I don't like. No, I don't like. No, like. Leave me alone, little ancient lizard with no neck. I feel like something suspicious is happening there, but I'm gonna skip the cutscene. Hello? Oh, can I go out this way? I can. That's amazing. Okay. Let me get on my horse. Oh, there's like zombies pretty much. Oh, there's another ether right there. Ether current. Oh my god. I really need to do a grind where I get all those things so I can fly. Because I don't think I can fly in like any of the places. Oh. That since they changed, like when they didn't just give it to us. Gosh, English is hard, guys. Come on, my goal is to at least get to Alize before we have to end stream. My gosh. I clicked the wrong button. What is that? I'm gonna have to read that. I'm gonna have to read what that is. Did she cut some to someone following her and so she's trying to like throw them off? The wall of light? That's bonkers. The one you used was the retreating ability instead of the forward one. Yeah. I accidentally click it sometimes. Because I'm sadly a clicker.
Is that? It can't be.
And not, like, use my keyboard for abilities. This outfit's killer, too. I'll just say impressive.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about. I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner.
Well, I had to go talk to your brother first. I did come for you, but I accidentally went to your brother first.
How are you?
No reason to be ashamed of that. I click certain clock cooldowns. So true. I need to get like an MMO mouse, truly. Ali outfits can do no wrong. Truly, they're so good.
Standstill then.
Truly, Shadowbringers brought the trip. How many times am I gonna say truly in one sitting? Oh my god.
The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then.
I feel like their outfits just like get better and better each expansion, which that makes sense. I recommend the Red Dragon one as a starter. One, adjustable weight, and it's inexpensive. Wait, the Red Dragon, MMO mouse. Okay, yeah. I actually have, I think yeah. So my mouse that I love now is a Red Dragon that I literally got, I think it was like 20 bucks when I first built my computer, like 2021, 2. So I'm still using the same one because I love it so much.
Just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived.
You made cookies? What kind of cookies did you make? Oh, baking is so fun. Sorry, I didn't add context. No, your context. You're so fine.
I haven't actually seen Thagrid and Yashara
I got there.
Yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least. When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be,
oh no,
I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where one would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal.
She literally said he's a yapper.
But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims.
She literally said my man's yap.
Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation.
Yeah. That's kind of
as much as
hard
I
topics.
Want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters. That great wall of white is a remnant of the flood. 100 years ago, the balance in the first tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam. A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared. For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects, but when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations. Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the flood.
Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether, and triggering the birth of new monstrosities.
Oh my gosh.
They are creatures of base instinct, that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason. Which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them.
Okay, Alize.
The infirmary is full of the Sin Eaters' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
That's so sad. Oh my gosh. Their stuff is quality for the price. Razor or Kosar, I can never say it. Variants are nice, but they cost about 50 to 60 bucks more. Yeah. I would like to get used to one before like really committing. So thank you. I appreciate it. I will definitely look into like the Red Dragon ones. Ren, I actually have been thinking about when we were in San Diego and when we went to that smoothie shop and got the protein smoothies and the muffins or whatever. And I'm like, dang, I really wish I had one of those here. Like exactly that same shop because it was so good. So my confusion is, right, I'm the warrior of light. So am I basically the goddess of light is wanting this to happen? I'm confused. Is this what she wants to happen? And so all like gods and goddesses are like corrupt, and is that like the moral of the story? You know? And that there needs to be a balance in the world. I don't want to deal with you. Take us back. I know. I really want to go back to San Diego. I loved it. TwitchCon was so fun. You gotta see. Correct answer. Correct answer. I will ask all these questions all the time. And everyone's just like smiling and I'm like, yeah, okay. I see. Now we go up this way more. There's a reason that you never want too much light, though. Christ and the sun going down at 9 p.m. Wait, does the sun go down at 9 p.m. there? That might be a very ignorant question on my part, and I apologize. The sun, like, here starts setting, like, at 5, and it's sad. Like, sometimes when I get out of work, it's, like, dark, and I'm like, I just want a little more light, please. During a certain time in the year, it's, like, 8:30 p.m. Oh, my gosh. Right now, it goes down at 6. So, does it, like... Does it rise sooner too? So it's just more hours of light total? I feel like I'm gonna fight a monster here. And there's places like Iceland where sometimes, yeah, it just doesn't set. I've heard of that too. That's why blackout curtains were invented for the people in Iceland, so they can get some darkness and sleep. It goes up around 7:30, so it is like literally 12 hours pretty much of light. That's so fun. I don't know. I feel like I would enjoy that, but I feel like if it's my normal, it's like your normal and it's like annoying, or there are positives and negatives to it all. Like if the sun was out, I would feel like I have more time in the day, but also I love nighttime, so give and take, you know? I just like having the sun down at like 5:30. Yeah, that happens here sometimes, and I'm like, I genuinely, I hate it. I hate it so much. I got nothing. I can't do anything. I also love sun. Me and my pale skin love sun, as long as I have sunscreen. And shade. If I have an umbrella and shade, we're good. We're great. We're fantastic. I don't like being out in the sun, but I can run outside when it's already dark. But I can't run outside when it's already dark by 6 p.m. Yeah. It's literally the worst. Because I really want to start like going on runs too. And it's like I can't come home from getting off work at 5 and then go running in the dark. It's like dangerous here. Dangerous everywhere, but... And I don't want to run in the dark. Running alone in the dark? No. Absolutely not. Will not catch me doing that. Oh, guys, Kiko looks so cute right now. Her little paws, like, covering her mouth and her nose, and, like, her like, chin is kind of, like, tilted up, and, like, her head's, like, at the top of her head's more, like, on the bed, when she's, like, all curled up. What a cutie patootie she is. These poor people, man. I can't... It makes me sick. Like, I can't imagine just sitting and waiting. Like, you're just sitting and waiting. Honestly, probably they're... Oh. The child. Oh, no. 2 more runs of this stupid dungeon remaining for me. Let's go. 2 more. You got this. You love that right now a lot of the people I'm watching are around Stormblood and Shadowbringers for some peak reactions. Yeah. Phoenix Senpai was telling me like, oh, I cannot wait for you to get to like Stormblood when I was in Stormblood. And that definitely, that was a lot. That was a lot. Oh, is it over here? Can I can. Sick. And this, like the beginning of this was actually insane. I really like Stormblood. Stormblood, I love the area. I think it's beautiful. The story was fantastic. I think the story so far every time has just gotten better and better with each expansion. So, Under the Moonlight, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. My last couple of STV patches and the opening of Shadowbringers are my favorite spots to watch, period. Yeah. It's just, it's so good. It's so good. And the Doma arc of Stormblood, yes. The Doma, I was raving when we got there. It was so good. I just can't wait to get back to our world and see how much time has passed and what the war is there. Like, I don't know. I don't know the story. I didn't see any of this coming at all. Oh, the same writer for Doma and Shadowbringers overall. That's fun. That makes a lot of sense. At least in this expansion, you finally get to see. Yeah, truly, I finally get to see like a true like Viera. What are they called in this land though? I can't remember. Yeah. I think it also starts with a V. But I like how everything's just slightly different. I wish they did some of the monsters like the same but slightly different, but I understand why. I understand why. V's, yeah, there we go.
Look, over there, where the wall is broken. Do you see what lies beyond?
It looks like an ocean or like barren land.
That's what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty white nothingness. Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance.
This poor world, man.
That nectarine you bought. It's Halric's favorite fruit. Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters, but their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true.
No.
Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn.
That's so sad.
Tesleen and the patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals.
I can't. I feel like Allie always like Alfie's always like, ooh, politics, and she always gets like the most depressing stories.
No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough.
She always gets thrown into like this kind of stuff.
But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed?
You did.
Well, let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons. But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here. And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless.
Dang, man.
On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
She is having a rough time. She's just so empathetic, I know. She's drawn to help people who are suffering. But it's so sad at the same time. Really took off as a character in this. Yes. So, like, last one, you got a lot of time with Elfie. But I feel like we had, like, some time with Allie, but, like, not... I don't know. Sorry for the ad. Oh, excuse me. Oh my god. Alright, well, looks like we're running. Yeah, I can see why, like, I liked Ali before and we did get, like, time with her, but I can see why in this expansion, more and more people would start to really like Ali. Alright. Oh my god, I'm going to go around. My girl, I know. Wifey, is Ali like your favorite in this franchise? Your favorite character? I'm gonna assume like has to be or like is definitely one of them. Yeah, towards the end of Stormblood, I think is when she starts, yeah, to come in on her own, yeah. It was like post Stormblood is like when it really happened, I feel like. But Lise is up there. Don't you oh god, what's the cat? The cat girl's name. The very pretty, sarcastic cat woman who is blind. She's so sassy. I know Lise is very sassy. I know, Lise really, like, flourished in Stormblood. I really liked how they wrote her character and how, like, her motives and all of that. I like lots of the kitties, but Ali is top for me, and Lise probably second. Yeah. Valid. Valid. I mean, you can't go wrong. I love when she just kicked that freaking catfish. Yeah. And another that I can't talk about yet. Oh, another two. Okay. Oh, no.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs.
Aww. Minfilia! Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Minfilia is a good character. One from this expansion. Okay, so I'll meet them eventually. And then one from Endwalker. Post really. Endwalker.
We do so rarely have guests.
Straight
in a
up.
place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get.
Straight up, Minfilia was my fave back when I first played ARR. I can see that. I can see Minfilia being your fave then, yeah. I was mad later. Oh no. I cry every time Heaven's Word.
When I first came here with my mother.
No Minfilia.
She was showing the early signs.
No Minfilia. Yeah, they literally were like, here's a great character, and yoink. Nah.
I knew there was no
I
way
don't know how to
save
say his
her,
name, but he's a great
but I just
character,
couldn't
Alan.
face what needed to be done.
Robin?
That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here.
Oh god, this is so sad. Which is why I'm also reading chat at the same time. My heart is like heavy. Now she's my walk around minion. Minfilia is your minion? And then they took Lise from the main cast. I know, truly. Well, it's understandable.
Beaten,
like her story,
souls come to
it's
wait out the
done.
inevitable.
Not done, but
to receive the mercy of a painless death.
this place is so sad. My heart hurts.
When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one. It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
The Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrant could tell you a version of it. Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea.
Aww.
Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
Aww. She's precious. I like her. What is going on? Please, for the love.
They're coming.
Who?
Desleen! Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Oh no. Oh. Oh no. No. Oh! I'm gonna have to fight him, aren't I? All my character minions are characters I ship or shipped. With them in her case. Christ, please stop killing my significant others. Truly. Like, please. I wasn't paying attention and did the wrong thing in the dungeon, so the front doesn't count. Oh no. Two more, two more. You got it. I believe in you. Oh god, okay. Okay, we're gonna go to this one thing. Wait, can I exit this way? I can. We're gonna go over here. And we're just gonna see. And if it's too much, it's too much. Scissor jaws? Okay. Oh my god. Please. Thank you. This is the little kid too, right? The kid that's gonna turn. God, that's so sad. Generally, my heart hurts. That arcane circle is kind of insane. Let's go. Okay. I like it's num. It's really funny. Dang it. I'd offer help, but I can't leave or be able to get back. Yeah. Let me just go ahead and just kill this guy. Like this worm. Sand sucker. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Cutscene.
Any sign of him?
No.
No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will.
Oh my god.
Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones. Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble.
That is a big angel. Interesting that they're calling them Sin Eaters and they depict them as angelic and angels. Just saying. Just saying. I feel like there's some commentary to be had on that. But
there it is. Is that? Oh no!
Bruh, he does not care. Oh, is my girl?
We have to run.
I shouldn't have said she was pretty. No. I shouldn't have said it. I should have said nothing. I would have left him. I would have left him.
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it.
She's still pretty dead. Please.
The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain. Mother, I...
Oh. Oh my god, am I gonna have to fight her? The bells too. I know. I feel like he does not care. Does not care. Oh. Yeah. not a commentary on religion at all. No, not at all. Homophobic. Truly, you didn't get the notification. Homophobic. Kate, welcome in. Okay, okay, Kiko, please.
No, no, no.
Oh, girl, there's nothing we can do. Oh, God. No. No one dies in this game. No. That's fake. This is fake. This is not real. This is all fake. No one's died ever. This is gonna be like every anime where they're all gonna come back to life and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. No one dies. It's fine. Kiko. So fun fact, this was supposed to be even more horrific, but it ruined the game rating. Oh my god. They should have kept it. They should have kept it. Should have kept it. As also per streamer tradition, welcome to Shadowbringers. Thanks. I'm so happy I'm here. Feels bringers. I went straight for Allie's first, so I got to see it early. Dude, Setter, truly. I'm kind of glad I did the other guy. I did the other guy. The other guy. Yeah, I'm glad I did the other guy first. Cause his was like, you know, not good, but not like that. My heart hurts. My chest is heavy. And Kiko just wants me to pet her. She said, Mom, I feel you sad. So I come so you pet me. It's like, okay. I'm hold that thought. My girl goes through so much. We realized we hadn't thanked you for rescuing him. You weren't hurt at all, were you? I can't. I'm Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna end soon if I'm honest. Because it is after 10. It is after 10 and I have stuff I need to do and get ready for bed. But I'm gonna go to this one part and see. I think we're just going back to the Crystallium? Silver lining. Didn't fight the kid. You know what, Alan? You're so right. I didn't fight the kid. I was so wrong about that. No, I totally wasn't hurt. Not in the slightest. Doesn't hurt at all. Not at all. Zero zilch, nada. Gee whiz, guys. I'm gonna have to... that's gonna be another time. We'll deal with that later. Kiko, what are you doing? What are you doing? Goodbye. Oh my god, she's going behind my computer. She's going behind my desk. What? Kiko, what are you doing? Oh. Girl gets whiplashed in the other world and here too. Like, oh, are you back? Truly, like, she does not catch a break. She cares for someone and it's like, oh, care? You care for them? All right. Where is this? Yeah, why did it not show up? Oh, it did. I'm just blind. I still have a screen cap the first time I got to this and I was like, what the heck happened? Truly. Truly. She's probably hiding from the war she just witnessed. She's like, I don't wanna watch this. I'm good. I'm good. I'm actually gonna check out. I'm good. I'm gonna go behind the screen so I don't get to see any of it. Whew. Okay, guys. On that note, we're done. My chest is heavy. My heart hurts. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. 24-hour stream is ending? What do you mean? Get out of here, Mike. Get out of here. Let's see. I think we might just end stream tonight. Like we have been doing the last few times because raids are a lot sometimes. So, here are my socials. Follow me on my socials. I post when I'm gonna go live there. I should be live this upcoming Wednesday, probably around 8, maybe a little sooner. We'll see.
Now
so just keep on.
Perfect time to plan your next adventure.
You
with
see what I mean?
Amtrak Virginia. Enjoy our big, comfy.
Okay. Goodbye. Dear Lord.